honestly, I appreciate the funding, but I just flew over Ohio and they look like they need a lot more help than us. The Ukrainian leader dropping some knowledge to Joe Biden that he probably wasn't aware of. You think Joe Biden knows about all the Ohio memes? Fixing this place has got to be the #1 thing on his agenda. Turkey says Sweden not even halfway to NATO candidacy. Meanwhile, Sweden to Turkey not even halfway to NATO. You're not even halfway to a democracy. Okay, yeah, I don't think they were prepared for them to say that. All right, looks like getting Sweden and Finland into NATO is going to take a little bit longer than we expected, and I guess there's already going to be a little internal NATO rivalry going on here. Everything you need to know about Russia. Russia is bigger than most small cars. The term Mother Russia refers to a gigantic 70-foot woman who protects Siberia. To walk from one side of Russia to the other takes too long. The best way to get to Russia is to travel, and if you put Russia on top of the United States, it would be horrendous for everyone. Talk about some interesting facts, and I thought I already knew everything there is to know about this country. Glorious Romanian geography versus peak view in Hungary. Seems like Romania's got quite the landscape going on. I think someone should tell Hungary they should like raise their render distance. What's funny about this is, didn't Hungary used to have those views too? Albania in Albanian history books versus Albania in every other history book. Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't think I knew the country of Albania existed until I got to college. And it was actually because I just watched a movie in 2012 where the bad guys were Albanian. Gotta love Taken 2. So you're telling me that after months of burgers making fun of me that I'm gonna freeze this winter, in the end, I'm sitting here next to an open window with a cozy 10 degrees Celsius outside while the US is currently entering the ice age. Step 1, be American. Step 2, freeze. Wait, yeah, how did the tables turn like this? This massive polar vortex was just the ultimate Uno reverse card, and you want to know the icing on the cake in this whole situation too? It technically came straight over from Russia. Strong as German after carrying the economy of like 10 wannabe European states versus weakest Austrian after not letting a third world country into the Shogun zone. Yeah, who wants to carry the team on their back? What are they thinking? So much better just to block others instead. We should all know by now this country really just likes to lie low in most situations, especially considering they're kind of technically responsible for both the world wars. Ah yes, European history in a nutshell. The Dutch fighting the British fighting Italy and the Dutch and the Portuguese, France fighting Germany, Spain's fighting everything, probably themselves. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about this guy that's just watching the whole thing go down. I mean, why get involved, right? I mean, who wants to be a part of all this? Poles showing their cheap butter to Czechs. Wait, is Czechia paying like $1,000 for a slab of butter or what's going on? I guess Poles currently have 3 times cheaper butter than the Czech Republic. Can they just use the grocery stores over here instead then? In terms of government, says Slovakia, we have no government. Yeah, that's pretty much been their thing as of recently. Guess they just like to live life dangerously. Oh wait, maybe things are starting to turn around. Anyone remember when Belgium just randomly didn't have a government for like 2 years? How did they do that? Bro, why do they keep making terrible Hungry sequels, bro? The first one wasn't even good, bro. And for those who aren't caught up in all the movies, here are all the Hungarian sequels they're referring to. Definitely nothing more Hungarian than New England. One thing's for sure, they did a great job with the color design. A lot of the times the sequels won't even stick to the theme or the aesthetics. That's not the case in this Hungarian cinematic universe. There is literally 2 Bulgarias, and I don't even know why. They told me I could be anything, says the Polish flag, so I became everything. Okay, so I guess a lot of people are just stealing flags from this region of Europe. Can't just steal their red and white. That's exclusive. Indonesia's probably the worst example of them all, though. Can't just mirror this. What are you thinking? And I guess to celebrate everyone stealing their flags, Poland decided to make the tallest building in the entire European Union. It's over 1,000-foot structure, overtook a tower in Frankfurt, Germany. It's over 53 stories high, and I'm now just realizing the European Union probably doesn't have that tall of skyscrapers. Still, nice dub for Poland. People from Wyoming are in my mentions insulting me for dissing their state yesterday, and I'm just imagining them furiously riding a horse to McDonald's in Utah just so they can get Wi-Fi to tweet at me. It's not even a joke. This is actually what happened. The state of Wyoming apparently has the 3rd slowest internet in all of the US, which I don't understand. I mean, clearly not that many people are using it, really. Choose your pizza. To start things off, we have New York pizza, then California pizza. Of course, can't forget about Detroit or that deep dish Chicago. There's whatever Ohio is doing to pizza, then the pizza in the rest of the Midwest. There's St. Louis pizza, just typical American pizza. You can get this anywhere. And then finally, pizza made by your Sicilian grandma. Okay, that's not even fair. Obviously, that's gonna win. But if you remove just that one from the equation, oh man, I don't want to start a war in the comments. I've had deep dish Chicago pizza many times. It's not my favorite pizza. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna get it, but it's not gonna be like the #1. I do like to look at this Midwestern tavern. I've never had this before, but it looks okay. Living in California, I can honestly tell you the pizza here sucks. I know it's pretty standard, but I'd probably choose the New York pizza. GigaChat America invents Christmas, invents presents, invents Christmas tree, invents eggnog, invents Santa, doesn't take credit and shares with the rest of the world. Wait a second, I never thought about this. I mean, I don't know if you could say we invented Christmas. That started from like the Romans. Maybe we helped influence the modern day version of how we celebrate Christmas. Wait, and then Germany's credited with starting the Christmas tree tradition. See, that's the problem. Christmas has been around for a long time. Maybe the US helped shape some of this stuff, but also it could have been kind of there before as well. Also, what do you mean invents Santa? We just biologically engineered some dude and forced him to live in the North Pole? And apparently for some reason in the lab we made him in, we thought it'd be a good idea to force him to live on a diet of just milk and cookies. I'm so tired of Santa deniers. Ooh, Black Mirror Season 4 episode list announced. The show's basically a British modern day version of The Twilight Zone. First episode, what if Facebook likes were the only way to earn quid? Next is, there's an app that can download you. Well, scary, isn't it, bruv? Then me, new missus, is an android and I ate bruvard. I can't even do the British accent. Finally, the cheeky governor got a pic of me bollocks. I can't wait for that episode. It's about time. I've been waiting for this show to come back. Guys, the Queen is being rebooted. Stop them. Oh no, did someone just unplug and then plug back in Great Britain? They're just doing a forced restart. I don't think we're ready for this. Biology teacher, where's that frog we're going to dissect? Meanwhile, the French exchange student. I mean, to put that into perspective, could you imagine here in US schools if we were forced to dissect some fried chicken? I'm gonna quite literally eat my homework. Nobody. Medieval frog defending his child from a fire skeleton, and to think he was gonna escape this fire skeleton, but not escape that French exchange student. This region of India is set to get a huge makeover, and they're spending a lot of money on it too. Meanwhile, Hollywood directors who show slums in every India scene, yeah, they're not having a good time right now. I think someone's gonna need to check on them. Honestly, I didn't even recognize India here without the orange tint to everything. Random American in 1941. Oh boy, I can't wait to fly a plane for the first. Oh, yeah, maybe, well, to be honest, I don't know if, like, screaming bonsai was really the right move here. Was he even trying to be safe? Christmas Island after inventing Christmas. And they've just been racking in the dough ever since. Still can't believe Australia decided to pull the greatest prank on the world by naming it this. Wait, he actually might have been British, unsurprisingly. And he named it after citing it on Christmas Day. They just never decided to come up with anything better? Or wait a second, what am I talking about? This might be the greatest island name of all time. German Chancellor for 16 years, democracy. Versus Austrian Vice Chancellors in 2 years. Functional democracy. Oh, wow, we have 6 of them. Wait, is Austria the first country to vote for an inanimate object? Talk about making progress. Why can't Germany be more like a functional democracy? When you try to fight inflation by setting maximum prices for goods, but it only makes things worse. Yeah, Hungary's been struggling here for a while, economically. Has someone checked in on them recently? The phrase, baguettes are delicious. Pretty normal one in French, but kind of horrific in Filipino. Yeah, just never go to the Philippines saying baguettes are delicious. I think you might just get thrown in jail pretty fast. You could find yourself in front of some cannibalism charges. Swedes put cheese on their gingerbread cookies. Thanks for listening to my disturbing Christmas facts. Swedes put cheese on their gingerbread cookies? And I thought they couldn't get any weirder. I mean, I like how it's not like the strangest combination ever. It's just kind of one of those like, what the f— When do you celebrate Christmas? The UK with the 25th of December. Meanwhile, all the Nordic countries on the 24th of December. And actually, apparently a lot of cultures do this. I wish I did this. Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to give you Latino, Israel, Palestine. I think this one just gets a whole lot less recognition. I think they're kind of onto something here. This is a world-changing discovery. Californians looking at their rent bill. Meanwhile, Californians enjoying 70-degree sunny days in the winter. Yeah, we're not freezing right now, but we are paying like $3,000 for a studio apartment. So to be honest, I think I would just rather be really cold or something. Don't forget all the taxes too. A little bit of snow on the ground and everyone forgets how to drive. Even train conductors? This is getting ridiculous. Only in Ohio. Okay, to be fair, I've never made that joke. I'm gonna make sure I never make that joke ever again. It's too easy. By giving Ukraine weapons, the USA and the EU are at war with us. All right, attack us then. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess not. Sometimes you just gotta call the bluff. Ukraine power companies rebuilding their entire electrical grid every single day. I mean, they've been doing it for almost a year at this point. I'm sure they've gotten pretty good. They're not even disappointed about it. This is just a normal Tuesday. Actually, bipedal mech suits will never be a valuable method of heavy support vehicles due to the being an aspiring engineer student. I feel like that thing is always mentioned. Basically, the mathematical principle applied in a variety of scientific fields. When an object undergoes a proportional increase in size, its new surface area is proportional to the square of multiplier. And I don't know, some more big words. Mr. Ukraine, asks this little Morocco, I don't have much to give, but I hope the parts of of these T-72s can help. Oh, Morocco, your best tanks? Nobody can give more than that. Aw. It's like a little modern-day, real-life Disney situation. Japan, Britain, and Italy to announce joint fighter project as early as next week. Wow, that thing looks pretty nice, too. And here's obviously a depiction of the three of them working together. We have Japan, Britain, and, of course, the Italians. It's crazy how often history repeats itself. I mean, this artwork was made probably a couple centuries ago. Even all the way back then, they still knew about the greatness of Mario. I'm done selling shoes online. Someone says 2,300. Don't have 2,300. Any lower? Okay, if you pay today $2,000. I've got 1,000 and a baby crocodile. Oh, see, that's your problem here, my guy. You're trying to sell shoes in the state of Florida. This is a very popular form of currency in that area. You honestly should have known better. And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I'm stalking you and will kidnap you December 27th, 2022. DJ McSkillet. aPhatNarwhal. Drew's Argentinian $20 is a luxury. Bring back Evan Pryce. GoodOldRyah. Kilgore LuxembourgLover. Gamer Bassall 69. Patrick. Phresh Animations.
RyeThePie.
Scottish. If you hear this, I love you. The Mexican Twickenhamster.
And why am I doing this?